Hey, it's me, Kat Muir from Cheap and Easy Eats, and today we're going to be making hummus! Hi everyone, we're going to be making hummus today, or hummus as a lot of people call it, and it's such a simple, easy recipe and you get tons of it. When I go to the supermarket and I buy a little tub of hummus, it's tiny and it's over £1, and you know, it tastes okay. It doesn't always taste fantastic. Sometimes other varieties are a bit nicer, but you know, it's kind of But see, homemade hummus, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so alive and lovely and fresh, cheap, healthy and easy. These are all the things that we're aiming for on this show. So very simple ingredients. All we're going to use is a tin of chickpeas. I've got the larger tin, it's about 400 grams of chickpeas. We're going to use some tahini. Now tahini is actually sesame seed paste. It's basically like a nut butter from sesame seeds, and it's really lovely. And we're going to use that, that's a traditional ingredient. We're going to use some lemon juice, and I like to put lime juice in as well. I actually prefer quite a lot of citrus in it. But traditionally it would just be lemon. I'm going to add some lime in as well. We're going to use a little bit of salt, and we're also going to use a little bit of the aquafaba. That's the salty liquid that comes in the chickpeas. And that's it. That's all there is to it, and it tastes so good. I really would encourage you to do this. So all we're going to do first of all is I'm going to open up my tin of chickpeas. I'm going to drain off about half the aquafaba that's there. Now, you can use aquafaba for other things like mousse, vegan meringues, things like that. And we'll do that in other videos. But just now, I'm only going to use half of this just to dilute it down. And I'll just get going. Make sure you get any little threads away because you don't want them in. And I'm going to pour in about that much liquid. We're going to have quite a lot of liquid from the lemons and the limes, but we need, I don't know if you can see that, it's about 1 centimetre deep of the liquid, and the rest of it I'm going to use for something else. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to drain it off. So I'm just going to pour the entire tin of chickpeas in. This makes loads. It's really good value for money. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use tahini. Now you can possibly see there's a lot of oil on the top, and we just want to mix that oil in first, because if you just take all that oil out, then it's not going to be very tasty. And nut butters will settle where the oil will go to the top, and it's gorgeous oil. Now some people in hummus like to add extra oil, like some virgin olive oil and things like that. I really don't think you need to. And that's what raises the fat content of hummus, the hummus that you buy in the shops. So I just quite like it. I feel there's enough from the oil and the tahini, and it's juicy enough with the lemon and the lime. So I've gave that a good mix. You can probably see there's no kind of oil residue left now. And I'll probably need this spoon just to get it off of here. I'm going to just put in a couple of good sized spoons of the tahini. You see this one's a bit more runny. That's got all the lovely oils in it. There we go. Now again, you'll have a taste of it and see if that's how you want it for your end result, because you can always add more things in. You can't really take them out though. So now I'm going to use the juice of 1 lemon and 1 lime. I might also use another half a lemon. I'm going to taste it and see, and it might just need that extra little bit. Now lemons are so full of seeds, and you really want to be careful that you don't get any of the lemon seeds in, because they're very, very bitter. And actually my friend Hallie was talking about this the other day, and she was saying about when she made hummus before, it was very bitter. And sometimes the bitterness can come from the tahini. And I was talking to her about that, but actually I forgot to say to her that sometimes if you get some lemon pips in, that can make it really, really bitter. So you want to be very careful when you're putting the lemon juice in. I mean, you might even want to just sit into a cup first of all. I've done that before, and then pour it in. But if there's any lemon seeds at all, then it will make it bitter. So I usually just have a little check over it. And you really need the zing of the lemon. Just makes it really, really tasty and fresh and clean. The other thing the lemon or any sort of citric acid does is it helps preserve it, so you get a longer length of time in your fridge. But it will typically last up to about 5 days if you don't, if you're going in and out and eating it a little bit. I would say I usually store it in jam jars because you get an airtight seal on it. And as long as you don't put any bacteria in from your mouth, so in other words, if you bite it and then dip it back in, then you've got bacteria from your mouth going in, and that will make your food go off very quickly. There's actually lots and lots of bacteria in your mouth. So we're going to use salt. I like to use pink salt because it's 22 minerals and it's the best salt out there. And all we're going to do is just put, it seems like quite a lot, but not like, it's probably about half a teaspoon of salt, and then you can taste it afterwards and see if you need more. Again, if it's too salty, then you can't do anything about that. So we can always put more salt in once we've tasted it. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm going to blend it up now and see what it tastes like. And if I want to add anything else into it at that point, I will. Okay, so I'm just going to have a taste of it just now. It's still a little bit lumpy, but I'm going to use my spatula to take it down. It's just so gorgeous. I'm going to add a little bit more lime juice. That's so lovely. Now, I don't put garlic in my hummus. You can, of course, put some garlic in it if you want to. You usually use like 1 or 2 cloves. It comes like a little sort of round onion, and it'd be like 1 or 2 segments of that if you want to use it. Chop it up fine and put it in. I tend not to like garlic in it, purely because as a makeup artist breathing on people, I've gotten into the habit of not eating garlic and not using it. And this is a really great alternative for people that like hummus and they don't want to be breathing garlic on people. But if you like garlic, which my daughter does, then I can put some garlic in. But for me, this is how I like it. So this is my version of hummus. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to just another lemon, put another lemon in, and that'll be us good to go. Now this one's got some sneaky seeds. They're kind of hiding in there, but they're still there. So let me just make sure no seeds go in. Now let's blast this up again. Now if you want it coarser, you can not blend it down as fine, but I quite like it where it's quite fine. So that looks perfect for me. I'm just going to get any juice that's splashed up here, put it in. Oh, it's got such a lovely smell. So I'm going to transfer it to the bowl. I've prepared some cucumber sticks, and I quite like a little bit of cucumber with it. But I just like to see the consistency as it comes out. And it's lovely. It's not too runny. It's still quite firm. And you get quite a lot of it as well. I mean, even just now in half of that bowl, that's much more than you would buy in a little carton in the shops. And usually it's over £1. It's about £1.10 for a carton of hummus in Sainsbury's. And you can see there's still actually quite a lot left in here. I'm going to go around that afterwards and scrape it all out. But just now, I'm just going to taste it with the things that I like to taste it with. Now look at this. This is so delicious. You could spread it on bread and have it as a sandwich, spread it on toast. You can eat it with any kind of vegetables you like to dip in it. It's great for children, especially if you don't put all the garlic in it, because kids really love this. It's much lower in calorie because you're not adding like lots of oil in it or anything like that. And it's got such a zingy, fresh taste. It's so gorgeous and delicious. I would really, really encourage you to do this. As you can see, it's only a few ingredients and it's really simple. So that's my version of hummus. I'm Kat Muir, Cheap and Easy Eats. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Take care. See you next time. Bye.